second part of application of linear function. So this is the next example in business application. The demand function for a good is shown by the equation PD equal with 15 minus Q, while the supply 2PS equal with 6 plus Q. What is the equilibrium price and quantity created in the market? So given that, let me divide my slide into 3 sections. Okay, given that we have demand function PD equal with 15 minus Q. So we have already here in good explicit form, yeah, good explicit form of P, explicit form of P, right? Now look at the supplies. While the supply 2PS 6 plus Q. So now I give this a D because this is PD and this is QS because it is the equation of PS. And then what is the equilibrium price and the quantity created in market? So the question is, okay, I forgot. So this, it has for the supply function, it has coefficient of 2. So this is not, still not good, not correct explicit form. So we have to make it as a good explicit form of P. Now back to the question. Question is, what is the QE and PE, right? So now let's work on it. Oh, I will add another one. Draw it here. Okay, now first of all, I need to work on the supply function. So work on supply function first, since it is still not in the good form. Okay, 2PS equal with 6 plus QS. Now we have to divide it all with 2 since we want to make it as a 1 PS. Now 2 divided with 2 is 1. And then 6 divided with 2 is 3. And then QS divided with 2, this is 1, right? So half QS. So we have here, so I will write down, we have the first one, PD, yeah? So my PD here with PD is 15 minus QD, my equation 1, first equation. So my PS over here is 2. Okay, now it is already 1 and this is also already 1. So what is the equilibrium of the market, or market equilibrium? Now we have, or I have already discussed about that, this should be equal. So now 15 PD over here is 15 minus QD, fill in here 15 minus QD, and here is PS 3 plus half Q. Okay, now you don't have to write down the name of D or DS because they are now in the same position. So 15 over here goes wrong. Okay, now we collect all the Q's to the left side. So it has already Q here, right? 15s go to the right, but I'll work on that later. Now this is half, yeah. Half Q over here goes to the left. So then it becomes minus half Q. Okay. And then next is 3, still here. And 15 goes to the right, so it becomes minus. Now look, let's work on that. Minus half Q minus Q, 1 half, 1 half minus 1 half q, yeah, and then 3 minus 15 is minus 12, so q become minus 12 over minus 1 half or under half, so then it will be 3 2, let me see, so this is 12, yeah, okay, so minus over minus is plus, right? So now this is 4 times 2 is 8, okay, so this become an 8, and now I give an E over here, so because this is an equilibrium. Next, what is the PE? Just substitute QE equal with 8 into what? Which equation that you want to work on? Which equation that you feel easy to fill in to substitute the Q into the equation? I think number 1 is, since it has no half over there, no fraction or no decimal, so I will work on into the equation 1. Okay, this one. Now P 15 minus Q with QE is 8, then that become 8 over here, and this is 7. P still here, yeah, remember, look, I write it in a good manner, yeah, structure, firm structure, okay, and I also write here as a P, and I have the value, the final value here. Now you give an E. So then the market equilibrium give you the market is at QE 8, PE 7. As the coordinate, you can say as 8.7. Remember that I say Q is always at the X, P at the Y. Okay? Now let's have the draw of the PD function and the PS function. So I'll write a Cartesian diagram here, P and Q. Remember, use ruler to draw Cartesian diagram. Do not use card. Okay? Don't use CC or your debit card, please. Okay, so now if you draw the Cartesian, make sure that the length of the scale here is at the same distance. Okay, the X and the Y here should be the same. So if this is 1 centimeter, so this is also 1 centimeter. I don't have to use ruler. I'm an expert already. Alright, just kidding. No, not kidding, it's true actually. Well, okay, so now after I make this, then what is my PS? So again, given that the from our previous 15 minus Q D and PS is a 3 plus half key, and our QE and PE is 8 and 7, right? Okay, now look, if you want to draw line, you only need two coordinates, remember? Okay, now just first of all for PD, so again, so Q here and this is P. For PD, which is 15 minus QD, so here is how we will make the coordinate. Look, we have QA and PE. QE and PE over here is also located at the PD function, right? So we have here 8 and 7 at the PD, and we need another coordinate, yeah, to help us to draw the line of the PD function. So let's put the Q over here as 0. So PD 15 minus 0 is 15. So now this is 15. Okay. I think I want to make here as the 6, 9, 12, and 15. Okay, so 8, 7, and this is also 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 8, 7 is around here. So the Q is 8, this one, yeah? 8, and here is 7. Okay, so this is the equilibrium. Now, next one, 0, 15. So 0 is here and goes up 15, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So it is this. This one is 0, 15. Now draw the line between 0, 15 and 8, 7. So that will be our, so actually it goes here, but we don't need this quadrant, right? So like this. This one will be PD. And then for PS is PS equal 3 plus half key. And again, I will put the Q and P over here. The equilibrium is also located at PS, correct? Because PD equal with PS at the equilibrium here. And now what is the best Q? 0 again, I think, yeah? So 3 plus half null is 3. So that is 3. Then I will use blue or okay, blue. 8, 7 again here. Okay, and then 0, 3. 0, 3. Aha, here. And draw the line between 0, 3 and 8, 7. Now this is, so this is also goes here, but we don't need that, so that's why I draw that with dash line. So this is my P, our PS 3 plus half QS. Done. Okay. So next exercise, the demand function for a product is represented by the equation QD equal with 20 minus 2P, and its supply function with equation QS equal with P plus 4. And the question, what is the equilibrium price and quantity created in the market? Okay, now given that QD is 20 plus 2P and QS is P plus 4, and this is my fault, yeah, this is minus, it should be minus, right? Okay, now you see here the explicit form now is in the form of QS. The question here is, what is the equilibrium? Okay, if the question is only the coordinates, the value of QE and PE, you can go directly to do like this, or yeah, and for the other, if P is the explicit form, then you can do like this, right? But if I add another question here, draw it. Now this should be careful, yeah. Okay, let me start first with the QEPE. Okay, so now Q is Q, yeah, since it is the coefficient here is already 1 and this is also 1. Okay, then fill in D and S here. So QD is 20 minus 2P, and here is P plus 4. Collect all the P's to the left side. So P over here goes there, minus P. Minus 2P still stands still. It doesn't move anywhere. Now P is gone and 4 is left here. And the 20 from the left side go to the right here. So then become minus 20. And mean minus P minus 2P is minus 3P. Then 4 minus 20 is minus 16. Correct? Yeah. And now P is minus 16 over minus 3. Then it's 5 1/3 or 5.333. That is PE. Now put the E over here. Okay? And then QE, substitute PE for 5.33 to, okay, I will add the name of the equation here, 1, and this is 2. So which one is easier? I think this one, yeah. To equation 2. And then Q is equal to P plus 4, and this is 5.33 plus 4. That is 9.33 QE. Okay. Then the equilibrium, the market equilibrium is happen at QE 9.33 and PE 5.33. Yeah. Now drawing, I think it's, well, that's basically the same. Okay. Again, now, but you have to put x-axis because we have promised before that Q is always at the x-axis, P is at the y-axis. So now for the QD, yeah, QD equal 20 minus 2P here. So that will be, now the QEPE is already at QD, then we use here 9.33, 5.33. The next is, yeah, just put 0, it's easy. 2 times P is 0, 20 minus 0 is 20. QS is, what is that again? P plus 4. So put QP here, and this is also the equilibrium. And oh, wrong, yeah, P is 0. Okay, sorry, P is 0. No, 20. Okay, now P is 0 again, so be careful on that. I can make a mistake too, so, like that. Yeah, if you put 0 here, 0 plus 4 is 4. Alright, now let's make the scale of the Cartesian. Remember, use ruler. Okay, so I will put here 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, sorry, 9, 10. And then here is 20. Yeah. Oh, look here, we have here 20, so I have to make it, so the scale, this is a 10, yeah, it's not enough because we have 20 here. So I will add the scale, so like this. This is the scale of 5, 15 and 20, and here 0, 5.330, 5 for the P, yeah, for the P over here, I will make it as let's say 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now look at here. The length, remember the length should be the same, but the number of scale, the step of the scale can be different. This is 5 and this is 2. Okay, now let's see at let's draw the QD 9.33 here. Yeah, around here. 9.33 with 5, so I'll make it oh, I cannot see that. I'll make a red, so I put here, and 5 is here, right? 3 trees like this, and then 20, 0. Q is 20. Look, Q is 20 here. P is 0, so it stay here. Draw the line. So oh yeah, I'm well. Okay. P sorry, QD 20 minus 2P. Next is QS, P plus 4. So this is the same. And then 4.04. Q is 4. Now around here. And then let's draw it with green. So this is the QS. Okay. So next is the specific tax effects on the market. What is the tax effect on demand function and supply function? Right? Okay. Who will tax it by the government? Tax comes from the government, right? Tax is asked by the government. And government asks the tax from whom? From the one who receive money. Money receiver. From the supplier, the supplier, the producer versus consumer. Consumer get the goods, right? And the good comes from the supplier, and then the supplier will produce the good, and then the consumer should pay the supplier. So supplier will receive money. So basically, government asks the supplier or producer for their tax. Yeah. So that's why by tax effect, that will affect the supplier, the producer, and in our subject here, it will affect the supply function. Okay, now what's happened with the supply function? Our previous supply function is in the form of, so like this. Okay, so if this is added with tax plus tax, then what do you think about the price? If it is taxed, is it going to be higher or going low? Of course, it is going to be higher. So then the PST, so this is what I call with the supply function after tax. And I symbolize that with PST. So PST basically is the PS plus tax from the government. PS plus T. Okay. So what's happened here? So I will change the PS with the PST, and then we will find what is the equilibrium. Next is market equilibrium. QE with tax with PE with tax. So this is what are we going to do next. Okay, let's go to the exercise. So from our previous exercise, we have an additional question here within additional information. The goods are taxed with 3 IDR per unit to the manufacturer. What is the balance price and the balance quantity after tax? So given that, we have our first equation, QD 20 minus 2PD as our first equation. QS is PS plus 4, right? And the QE is 9.33, and then the PE, the equilibrium, 5.33. Okay, and now we have tax 3. What will happen? So we know from what I have mentioned before, new function, make a new function of supply function. Okay, so PST equal with PS plus T, which is PS plus 3. Like this. Okay. Now what we have from our supply function here, from equation 2, because it is still in the explicit form of QS, change it first to PS. So let the PS alone here, QS still here, 4 goes to the left, become minus 4. Okay, now change direction like this, minus 4. This is our third equation. Yeah, PS equal with QS minus 4, and I change it to this form, PS equal with QS minus 4. Now, PSD is PS plus 3, okay? Substitute PS to PSD. PS over here, change it with this, QS minus 4. QS minus 4. Okay, then plus 3. So then our new PS is QS minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1. This become our fourth equation. Then the new equilibrium, yeah, the same like the previous one. You can use Q, Q, or P, P. Yeah. So we have P as tax equal with Q as tax minus 1. Okay. Now we can change it to QST. Okay. What is QST? Minus 1 goes to the right side, then this become plus 1. Correct? So the QST become PST plus 1. Yeah? Okay, and then so this is our fourth equation. Yeah, because this is the same, yeah? This is 4, right? 4 or 5, I forgot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. And then QD is still the same, 20 minus 2P. Our first equation. Now the new equilibrium is Q equal with Q, P plus 1 equal with, so this is ST and D, 20 minus 2P. Collect all the P to the left side like this, then 20 minus 1. So that will become 3p equal with 19, and p is 3.67. No, sorry, my mistake. 19, let me write it. 19 over 3, so that is 18 is 6. 1/3 is 0.33, so 6.33. This is our new equilibrium with tax. Yeah, always remember that you have to write the index or the name of the price at the subscript level. Okay, now what is the new QE? Substitute PET. Oh, let me say this first, yeah. 6.33. So you know, after tax, the price is getting higher, right? So after tax, the price is 6.33. Before tax, do you still remember that? Yes, it is 5.33. So that is makes sense, yeah. The result over here is makes sense. PE after should be lower than PE tax. Substitute PA, sorry, we go back again to equilibrium with tax. 6.332, which one is, so now, be careful. You have to put the PET into QST or QD. Don't put it into the function of QS only without tax. Do not put it into that. Okay, remember it. Right, so which one is the easier? Again to equation 4. And then Q equal with P plus 1. Substitute P as 6.33 plus 6.33, then add it with 1. So this is the new equilibrium with tax. Okay, equilibrium of the markets, because of the tax effect of the tax effect is 7.33 and PET is 6.33. Okay, now let's see what is the tax actually that is burden to the consumer. So you see, who will fill the price? Of course, the consumer will sense the price, so will burden by the price. The price is getting high here. Yeah, the price is getting high, so this is the tax that the consumer should pay. Now, I will put it as tax for the consumer, and that is the price of equilibrium after tax effect minus the price in equilibrium without tax. So that is 6.33 minus 5.33. That is 1. Okay. So what is the tax of the producer? Write down here. Yeah, you add the information by yourself. The tax for the producer or the supplier is the tax itself minus tax of the consumer. Yeah, tax is tax, right? Tax is comes from the producer and consumer. Okay, so that will be, what is the tax? 3. Tax of the consumer 1. So the producer or the supplier pay 2 IDR per unit. So this is per unit. Okay, now what is the total tax that the government will receive? We symbolize that with capital T, and that is the T itself times the quantity of the equilibrium after tax effect. So this is 3 and this is 7.33. That would be 9,921. Yeah, around 22 in IDR. Okay, all are in IDR. Got it? Now, how to draw that? Draw it. Let's draw. So this is our Cartesian diagram from our previous finding without tax effect. Now, then we will have another line, new line of QSD, where we have found that this is P plus 1, yeah? Okay. And we have found the coordinate to the equilibrium with QD here is 7.33 and 6.33. So QD also has coordinates of 7.33, 6.33. Back to QSD here. So we need another help of a coordinate which at the function of QST. So now let's have 0 here. 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay, now let's draw 1.0, 7.33, 6.33. Yeah, it's more or less here. So it should touch also QD. Remember that it should be here. So 7.33 with 6.33, so it's around here. If you do it with your ruler, that should be very precise. Well, this is my QST. And then 1.0 is here. Okay, now let's have a line here. Now, yep. Okay, so the purple one is QST, PST plus 1. So the line from green to the purple, yeah, it's shifting, yeah, with the same gradient. The gradient of P is 1, the gradient of P is also 1 here. So that's why that should be linear. You cannot do, if you write like this, if you draw like this, that should be wrong. Yeah, so that should be very the same slope, because the gradient is the same. It just shifted. Okay, so that's how you make the curve of the equilibrium using text and without text. So this is the additional question for the things that I've done before this. Tax burden to be borne by consumers and producer, and also tax received by the government. Okay, next. And this is the equation, right? But as I'm sorry for the writing here, the C should be under, yeah. The C here should be like this, TP like this, yeah. Okay. Okay, now we use proportional taxes. So the government imposes a tax of 10% of the selling price. So now we need to calculate the price and balance amount after tax. So what is PST then? PST is equal to PS times 1 plus tax. Okay, why? Because it comes from the original PS plus tax. Tax now is in percentage of the selling price. So this is selling price. So that will be PS. It has the same PS here. And we can do like this, right? Okay, this is the exercise number 4 actually, yeah, 4. And this is also the same with the previous one, but now the tax is 20%. So now you have to change with PST equal to PS1 plus tax here. Now do the percentage here and change this like the previous one. Okay, 1 plus 20%, etc. Okay, do this exercise. Yeah, do this exercise and collect it along with the task that I give you later. Okay, so this is my my sign that you have watched this carefully.